Yes, family. So Eazi's back again to have another build, you know. So Eazi's thought let's talk about CMOS, yeah. Let's build about CMOS now, yeah. Because as you know, but if you don't know, now you know that Eazi is gonna be pushing his product, you know, his CMOS product soon, you know. So look out for that. But the build is gonna be about CMOS now, yeah. I'm gonna take you back and then push a little bit more forward. Yeah, we'll talk about the origin and how it progressed into what we have now and what we use as dietary and how it benefits us in many ways and shape and form, yeah, and how you can utilize it. Yeah, so take you back to one of the oldest findings of type of bringing it back so you can have a clearer understanding of evolutional stages. Yeah, have a little bit of a prep mind of how evolutional process work, you know. So we know that the oldest finding that has been found was the cyanobacteria that dates back about 3.5 billion years ago, yeah, that helped produce what we know now as oxygen through the photosynthesis with the sun, yeah. And then we know now that it kind of through other processes and organisms and other factors that help produce what we know now as prokaryotic, yeah, called prokaryotic ended up creating what we know now as eukaryotic, yeah. So we know how cells come to existence and etc, yeah. Then the prokaryotic ended up branching off and creating what we know now as the algae, yeah. Algae is what you know as seaweed, yeah. So seaweed is all different shape or forms, they're different species, you know, and they're both KR and even up to being toxic, where it don't cater, cause poison and pollution. It can also cater to our cells, which is the eukaryotic cells, you know, and benefit us in many ways and shapes and forms, yeah. So we're going to be talking about the beneficial CMOSs, yeah. So we're talking about red algae now because that's where the specimen of CMOS comes from, yeah. We got the green algae, got the brown algae, you got the blue algae, yeah. We're gonna be talking about the other algae on another video, but we're gonna be talking about this red algae because that's what we're talking about, CMOS, yeah. So with the red algae, one of the oldest species that was found of the red algae, the fossils that were found, that dates back to about 1.4 billion years ago, yeah. They found that, so you can imagine how far and how old these species of seaweed actually exist on this earth, you know. These seaweed also helps with the production of oxygen also, and then yeah, so it's in our cycle, our oxygen cycle, these algae, yeah. So we push more. Now we know the algae, we know that CMOS comes from the red algae. There's different types of CMOS now. So you have a CMOS that's well known as Conjus crispus, yeah, and then you have another species which is known as the Cellular CMOS, yeah. These CMOS are in abundantly found in different areas, yeah. You'll find a little bit more of a Conjus crispus out in the European cold climate type area, yeah, because it's usually found in those type of environments, yeah. The Cellular you will see in abundance in where you have is the hot climates, the West Indies and etc. That's where you see a lot of algae, red CMOS from the West Indies, and how the West Indies have been using it for a very long time. So you'll find that the form that you'll find from the West Indies always comes in the form of the Cellular, yeah. Both of them are beneficial, both of them can be utilized the same way, you know, but just so you know, there's different types of species of CMOS, because some people might pull out the Cellular and then pull out the Conjus crispus and they both look different, and they might think that one of them is not good or one of them's fake or not, but really there are different species, you know. I would suggest that the algae, the CMOS from the West Indies or in the hot climates will be more beneficial only because of the photosynthesis cycle that the CMOS go through to produce its minerals or to even thrive in the sea, because we know that most of these seaweeds are autotrophic, so they get their nutrients from photosynthesizing with the sun, yeah. So push more, yeah. And so Irish moss, yeah, sea moss, yeah. This sea moss is known to have what we know as 92 minerals, yeah, 92 minerals and polyphenols and etc. Yeah. So it's known to have a lot of or abundance of different types of form of minerals, yeah, minerals for polyphenols and etc. You know, you have the B12, you even have D3 and etc. within this algae, yeah. So we know that the human body contains about 102, yeah. So it's basically giving you a lot of minerals that you probably have been living most of your life without, you know. Minerals like iodine, you know, iodine is good for your thyroid, your thyroid, yeah, which is in the area of your trachea, yeah, and that helps metabolize your nutrients and everything much better. And so iodine is very needed when it comes to metabolizing your nutrients, you know. So minerals like high in all the electrolytes, which is calcium, magnesium, you know, and etc. It even got the B12 and etc. Yeah, so it helps with the microbiome as well. The fact that it helps with the microbiome, it has what you call the inuin fiber, yeah. So this caters to your microbiome, yeah. And other people do talk about how the pH level do matter, and of course it does, because the microbiome is what's get attacked if your food that you're catering or you're pushing down your stomach is acidic, yeah. So if you're consuming acidic food, it will destroy the microbiome. It will attack your microorganisms that are out there. The fiber that you need to thrive or breed more microbiome is fiber like inuin resistant starch. The algae have that type of form, inuin, yeah. So we know that it's beneficial for the microbiome, it's alkaline, and we know that it has the 92 minerals that your body needs for it to thrive or be at an active state, you know. It also helps, and it's got minerals that cater to your immune system, yeah. The microbiome alone, feeding that with the inuin fiber, caters to your immune system as well, yeah. It's also known get rid of excess mucus build, yeah. So it helps the mucous membrane release a lot of its mucus, you know, mucus within the throat, nose, the nasal cavity, the oral cavity, and etc. It kind of smooths it out. That's why a lot of people do get the phlegming when you drink the sea moss, because you're just exiting a lot of this mucous membrane that is built up after a lot of environmental activity or even dietary activity, you know. So all of this can contribute to your excess mucous membrane, yeah. Excess mucus is also built through the process and the dietary of acidic food. We know that acidic food attacks the microbiome, yeah. Acidic food also, while it's attacking the microbiome, it would in domino effect weaken the immune system. So we know that anything that attacks the microbiome is shutting down shop within your body, you know, utilizing, because the microbiome communicates with your systems. That's built for your protection for your body. It communicates in many ways through the vagus nervous system and etc. The autonomic systems and etc. Also helps with the hormones like serotonin and dopamine, you know, to help to produce, you know, to get happy feelings and signals, yeah, via your peripheral nervous system. So there's a lot of systems that your microbiome is intervening, you know, and so we need to look at the dietary that caters to them, you know. Irish moss is a dietary supplement that you can cater your microbiome with, yeah. It also gives your cells the edible dietary for it to produce APT, energy. For example, it has the iron, you know, and iron, oxygen, etc. helps with the metabolism of the oxygen flow within your system, yeah. It also has what we know as protein. It's got amino acids within inside of the sea moss, yeah, which then helps with your cells to produce APT once again through a system called citric acid, yeah. This is a pathway that helps protein turns into APT, which is energy, yeah, for your cells to utilize. There's another pathway that I'm going to speak about, but this is how the beneficial of algae or sea moss can be utilized for your cells to be at working state. It also, through the microbiome, helping the immune system, yeah, the immune system helping the B cells and the T cells, yeah, the natural killers, and even up to the immunoglobulins, yeah, where you got the different parts of the immunoglobulins which identify the foreign invaders, yeah. So this aids, sea moss aids with them specific areas that you need to cater to fight against foreign invaders, yeah. It also smooths and buffers your hydrochloric acid within your stomach, so it's a good supplement to use first thing in the morning if you have anything like, for example, heartburn, you know, or acidic reflux, yeah. So smooth it down, it smooths the membrane, and then it kind of just buffers the acidic in your stomach, the hydrochloric acid, yeah. So this is different ways where you can benefit from the helping bone structure and etc. because of the plethora of the 92 minerals, the abundance of the 92 minerals. It benefits specific areas at one time, because everything has to be accompanied, you know. You need the calcium with the magnesium with the ratio of 2:1, and the D3 for your body to absorb it. The sea moss has that, you know. So a lot of these areas where your bone needs multiple nutrients for it to be more efficient, like for example, even up to the absorption of iron, it needs citric acid, you know. So sea moss has that. So we need to look at sea moss as a daily uses for just to maintain your cells active state. We have to work with our cells and our microbiome for us to be living and to utilize these nutrients which we get from food in a more better way, yeah. So with sea moss, you can use sea moss in food, yeah. You can use sea moss in food, you can use sea moss in teas, you can use sea moss in drinks, you can smoothies, etc, yeah. So there's many ways where you can utilize sea moss, or you can even consume sea moss once it's in a gel form straight via to your mouth, you know. There's capsules that's made out of sea moss and etc, yeah. But what I'm going to show you now is what I use and my products that I have, yeah. So I got the sea moss with the turkey tail now, because now with knowing the origin of algae, yeah, we know that the fungi and the seaweed are distant cousins, yeah, they're related, yeah. So these type of combinations is very beneficial, especially when it comes to some like supplements or dietary, yeah. So we know that the sea moss goes together with the fungi, yeah. The fungi is heterotrophic, yeah. That's the difference. It gets its nutrients from the ground that is that it lays on. Autotrophic gets the minerals and the nutrients that it needs from the sun, yeah. So what I have done now is mix what we call the sea moss with the turkey tail mushroom, yeah. So I hope the family can see, yeah. So this type of sea moss is, this type of mix is beneficial for viral, yeah. Anything that's viral, infections, anything that disturbs the cells or attacks the cells, like pathogens and etc. This is the moss that you want to pick up, because turkey tail has what you know now. All the fungi's main thing is the polysaccharides within it, yeah, the carbohydrate that's antiviral, yeah. So but there's percentages of different type of fungi that you pick up. The turkey tail has the most, and it aids aids specifically with the immune system. So it helps the T cells and the B cells pick the correct target pathogens and destroys them, you know, helps the immunoglobulin identify them and etc. Yeah, so this is what aids the immune system, you know. Also helps feed the microbiome for the microbiome to identify which one's which. Yeah, with this process of turkey tail aiding to the immune system is the fact that it does, you can use this to calm down autoimmune disease. Yeah, CMOS can help with that as well. Autoimmune disease is when your immune system just rampant wild and start attacking its own cells. These type of supplements can smooth and calm down the hyperactive actions that occur when it comes to the autoimmune disease. Yeah, so that's very important, especially when it comes to COVID-19, because this is how it kills you in your respiratory system. Yeah, so we got another product that I have now, yeah, which is cordyceps. So I mix the CMOS with the cordyceps. Again, it's another fungi, yeah, heterotrophic. It grows and takes its nutrients out of different types of objects. You might even find cordyceps growing out of bugs. Yeah, so just to be alert and alarm, but the beneficials and the nutrients within cordyceps outweighs the cons. Yeah, cordyceps could be used and scientifically been studied and researched, yeah, that it helps benefit your active state, yeah, your cells, your body, and your muscle cells. Yeah, muscle cells is the myoglobin, yeah, that specifically cater for your muscles. Yeah, certain cells help and function certain parts of your body. The cordyceps help benefit that specifically. Yeah, so cordyceps is another fungi. Yeah, so it also has the polysaccharide. All of them has that. You can cater to your muscles, stamina, and etc. Yeah, they got different herbs that can cater for your stamina and etc. like honey goat weed and certain aphrodisiac. This is the fungi version. Yeah, so the cordyceps mix that with the CMOS. Yeah, and then now what Eazi has now is liamine. Now liamine is used and known to help your neurons, yeah, specifically when it comes to transferring neurotransmitters. Yeah, liamine helps and strengthens the neurotransmitters that get sent from neurons. So this is the brain food. Also help different parts of your brain like the hippocampus, yeah, and then your frontal lobe. These specific areas that cater to your brain, memory, and etc. Liamine is very good when it comes to that. This is why I picked this as a supplement or mix with the Irish moss, because both of them go together. One has got polysaccharide, heterotrophic with autotrophic. This is a powerful combination that people need to have within their dietary, and it soon will be so for people to actually get it from the CMOS, you know. So I've definitely broke down different types of algae, you know, the different types of algae, and we just focus on the CMOS, the Cellular, you know, specifically. You know, you got the red the red algae, yeah, which produces what you call Chondrus crispus and what you know now as Cellular. And we got different types of colors. You got the purple and then you got the golden. Yeah, the golden and the purple, there's not too much difference of it. One is just more concentrated by the sun that produces that dark pigmentation. Yeah, so that's the only major difference, but both of them cater and do the same thing. And yeah, so that's the end of the Eazi Build. Yeah, so make sure you get onto your CMOS because keep you on game. It also produces antioxidants as well, which is needed for aging, you know, aging because of free radical, oxidative stress, and etc. So salute, and this is a build about Eazi herbs and his CMOS. Yeah, so salute to the team. Bless up.